Good morning to all. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I felt to start my short presentation with what I thought was the last message, but I prefer to put it up front. And then I think the few slides I will show you will probably then have to see them into that context. And my message is that we're talking about culture and economy, and my statement is that tourism is probably the main tool to translate cultural, economic potential into sustainable development and poverty alleviation. And the second statement is that tourism and cultural communities have advanced a great deal in the last years in advancing and identifying common synergies. But I believe there's still a lot needs to be done. So within this context, let me just tell you briefly what tourism represents today in terms of economic and development impact. It's certainly one of the world's largest and fastest growing economic sectors, while most other sectors suffered a serious crisis in the last 6-7 years. Tourism has been the only one that kept a growth of about 3 to 5% annually. Represents 1 every 12 jobs worldwide, 5% of global GDP, and most importantly, it's a major economic sector that exports service to developing countries and to LACs. 30% of world export service, main export to 1/3 of developing countries. Now, if you look at the evolution of tourism, from 25 million international tourists back in the 50s to 1 billion, we received symbolically the 1 billion tourists in Madrid last year. And our forecast is that that number will reach 1.8 billion by 2030, to which we should add approximately 5 to 6 billion of domestic trade. So it is a large economic sector, but of course also tourist flows that need to be managed and sustained. We have done just quickly last year on the occasions of the 1 billion tourists a quick poll in our website, and you see that with the 1 billion tourists, 1 billion opportunities, you see that respecting local culture, protect heritage, buy local has been among the most rated tips. The tourists themselves are all very important for having a more sustainable tourism. Now, when we statistic-wise, there is no precise statistics of how much of tourism is culture worldwide, because today a tourist, in fact, at the same time, it's close to the beach and then go to visit the city, go to visit the site, so it's difficult to have precise statistics. But I would say that probably 40 to 50% of tourist visitations have a relation with culture, either tangible or intangible. So we have set in WTO 2 broad goals in relation to cultural tourism. One is to ensure that cultural tourism development is responsible, inclusive and sustainable, and that it contributes to socio-economic development of those communities and improves the well-being. And second, ensure that tourism contributes to the enrichment and safeguarding of the cultural identity of the destination by promoting cross-cultural exchanges between businesses and those communities. We do then articulate this broad objective into more specific action, which I don't have the time to do, but basically is empowering those communities, the management of the tourists in producing tourism products which is ethical and based on the value, authentic value of the culture. And last but not least, I would say major challenge is to explore innovative approaches to the management of tourist flows in heritage sites, taking into account the integrity of the sites and an effective communication with its values, and engaging the whole tourist supply chain. We believe that management is not only at the site, but have to start in tour operators, to the air company and so on, to have an effective integrated management. All this is in the framework of our Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, endorsed by the United Nations General Assembly in 2001, and which puts cultural diversity and cultural tourism as an essential component of society. I mentioned Heritage Sustainable Tourism Program promoted by the World Heritage Committee. This is a program that was approved by the committee last June in St. Petersburg. And as you see, its main aim is to introduce concept of sustainable tourism from the first step, even from the time of the nomination. We are seeing with concern that often a site which is nominated in the list may have a tenfold or even 20-fold increase of the tourist visitation, while maybe those managers and those sites are not ready to deal with that increase. So we want to introduce a concept of sustainability of tourism from the early stages of nomination. To show also the importance of our member, well, in some cases, in the case of Ghana's Minister of Tourism and Minister of Culture have a shared portfolio, but that is not the case in the majority of the countries. Our member states have dedicated this year great attention to the relation between tourism and culture. We're in the three main regions: in Europe, in Turkey in March 2000 this year, in Middle East in Manama, and in Asia we'll have in fact a major conference in early November in Cambodia to deal with the relation between tourism, world heritage, tangible and intangible culture. The attention that also we've given to cultural tourism is exemplified by some of our publications. Tourist congestion management, communicating heritage, a handbook for the tourist sector, and a study in tourism and intangible culture. Now, we're to conclude making a reference to the interventions to the high-level planning yesterday. I would say almost all the high-level panelists that participated, and I wish to remind some of them. Sadruddin Aga Khan told us about a project of this foundation and the recovery of a park in ancient buildings in Cairo. And when he spoke about the sustainability of this project and the importance that after the investments, initially in public-private investment fades out, needs to be self-sustainable, he quoted the visitation of over 2 million tourists as being the substantial base for the continuation of this project. I also wish to recall the Minister of Haiti, which said that tourism is one of the main elements of the recovery of that society. And it's both an economic element, but also pride of the Haitian people to show their heritage, to show their values, and a main tool for recovery after the earthquake that hit their country. The Bangladesh Bragg Foundation, anti-traffic production in the poorest rural areas, is in fact probably one of the only means of survival of that poorest community. Indonesia, case of a restoration of a temple in South Java, and this temple received now 5 million visitors, 90% of which domestic visitors, which again ensure the sustainability of that site. And last but not least, the statement by His Royal Highness Minister of Tourism and Culture of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia embarked in a policy of recovery of some of the ancient heritage linked to the religions, and linked with the national policy. It has been also a new approach to tourism, a tourism which has, I would say, a more ethical content that tourism has normally understood. And it was casual as Saudi Arabia, after 25 years of being outside the United Nations, decided to rejoin the organizations only a few weeks ago. So these, I think, are all examples to, in my view, to demonstrate the statement of at the beginning. There is a lot more in common and synergies between tourism and culture, that there are points that divide us, and I will be glad to debate with you on that point during our session. Thank you very much.